Milan Gomillion ready to serve, and we are underway from Fitzgerald Fieldhouse, and right away, Pitt with the first point of the night on the attack.
Pitt with the textbook play, running that fast offense, which all starts with that great serve-receive pass, able to open up the front row.
Emma Monks, the grad transfer for Michigan State, having a career year. Here's Valeria Vasquez Gomez, the All-American a season ago. And keeping that one alive was Fairbanks. Net at the top, the Pitt block was ready. And again, there it is. Again, #1 in the nation in blocks per set. But that one skims off of Fairbanks, and the Cavaliers with their first point of the evening. Again, a Virginia squad coming in trying to end a 5-game slide. This is the third time in 4 matches they are facing a top 15 team in the nation. True blood serving. And Pitt with the point.
Pitt already finding Olivia Babcock on the right side, along with her freshman friend Tori Stafford. These two doing huge things at the front row, mainly in their size, their reach, and they have really high IQ teams.
Kat Flood serving, the senior out of Wilmette, Illinois. The block, and reaching for that one was Fairbanks, kept it alive. And Pitt thought it may have gone off the block. It did not, and we're tied early at 2.
Babcock trying to go for Virginia's hands, and that's something that she does a lot, using that 6'5" height to her advantage. She's going to try and reach the Cavaliers' fingertips and get that to her.
Kate Johnson, the sophomore, 14 aces on the year. Entering with the point is Tori Stafford, #12 recruit in the nation again. This is the highest rated freshman class in program history, and Stafford a huge part of that. Babcock leading the team in aces with 21 on the season. Vasquez Gomez. Nice dig by the Cavaliers on the back end. Charging in was Tori Stafford. Second on the team in kills. And just a winner coming out of high school. Led Marymount High School in LA to a 35-0 record a couple of years ago.
Tori Stafford going to right down that line, making the great decision to take advantage of that block for Virginia really pulled in.
Off the block it goes. Fairbanks. There is Stafford again. So much power behind that swing for the freshman out of Torrance, California.
Tori Stafford changing it up immediately. First line, now cross, showing Virginia early the shot she has in her toolbox.
A number of talented freshmen. Again, the highest ranked freshman class in Pitt history, 8th in the country. Pitt setting it up, Fairbanks. And sliding over was Chiamako Wokolo, the super senior out of Columbus, Ohio, with the point.
Wokolo was such a go-to for the Panthers last season in the semifinals, and you can see why. She's so good off one foot. She takes advantage of 2 hands in front of her and avoids the block while still avoiding the back defense.
All ACC middle blocker having a career year, hitting .419 on the season. Again, they go to Stafford, just too much power.
Keep finding Tori Stafford right now because she is yet to pull out the tip, the roll. She's going for those hard swings, and she's going right for the defense at this point because she hits that hard, she can shank them.
Pitt on a 5-0 run. Timeout at Fitzgerald Fieldhouse. We'll take one as well. Panthers up by 5.
Greatness is a feeling, a moment, a choice, unrelenting, a team effort. Greatness is accomplishing on this field and this one. Greatness is more than winning the game. It's changing it. Greatness is what we do. Accomplish greatness.
Hey, Jamie.
Oh, what am I up to? Just visiting a special secret client. I can't say who it is, but let's just say she bundled her dream house and her dream car for round-the-clock protection with Progressive.
Oh.
She has another house in Malibu. She's been an astronaut, an architect, a CEO.
We're in front of her house, dude.
Well, I'd love to tell you who her boyfriend is, but I don't think I can. I'd love to tell you, but I don't think I can.
Marty, look for it on digital and Blu-ray.
The ACC's Committee for Racial and Social Justice, in conjunction with its member institutions, have identified October 14th through the 22nd as ACC Unity Week. Back here in Pittsburgh, the Panthers on a roll. 5-0 run. Stafford, the freshman, already with 4 kills, and fellow freshman Olivia Babcock getting ready to serve. Panthers coming out hot in this one. And Virginia answers. You see the power from Babcock on the serve, but the Cavaliers trying to get right back in this one.
The exact answer Virginia needed, which starts with that 3-option pass coming from that top spin serve. Virginia absolutely had to get out of that rotation.
Service error by the Cavaliers.
It's frustrating as a volleyball player when you have an opponent, went on a 5-0 run, you finally get out of that rotation, and then serve it in the net. It happens to everyone, but it never makes it easy.
Shannon Wells in her 3rd year, looking for the 29th win of her tenure. Team down by 5. And Pitt ends up with the point.
And Virginia hitting that ball. That was a nice cross shot. Going for that sharp angle. Keep hitting that ball. It's going to go in.
Stafford serving. Diving in for that one was the freshman. Here's Vasquez Gomez with the point for Pitt.
Vasquez Gomez is one of my favorite players in the nation to watch because she is so confident, even when she's far off the net. Look how far off the net she is when she finally jumps for this approach, but she reaches that high. It doesn't matter. She can still make that ball drop.
Fully healthy after getting dinged up a season ago, and earlier this year, the All-American, back in top form. And Pitt goes up 11-3. The Panthers hitting better than 600 so far to start off the night.
2nd error in a row for Chloe Wilson, trying to go for that cross shot. Again, I believe in that shot. I believe in her arm swing. Just change it up a little bit. It's going to go in.
Pitt on a 9-1 run. Block at the top by Wokolo. And this was a player who wasn't sure whether she would come back for her final season. Pitt sure glad she did. 5th in the nation in blocks per set. And again, hitting above 400.
Wokolo does such a good job at reading the play for Virginia. You got to make sure you're covering, especially against Pitt. These are 2 of the top 3 blocking teams in the ACC. That coverage needs to be there. And there it is.
Once again, Wokolo met at the top this time. Pushed over. Free ball for Virginia. That one well out of play off of Brooklyn Borum. So Virginia calls a timeout. Shelby, obviously the Cavaliers come in having lost 5 straight, behind by 10 early. If you're Coach Wells, what are you saying to your squad right now early in this one?
If I'm Coach Wells, I'm telling my team we have to pass well. You cannot let Pitt go on runs. You saw Tori Stafford get 5 kills out of the 6-0 run that Pitt originally went on. Virginia has to come out hot from the service line. Try and make each serve go to 2, 3, even 4. Extend the rallies. It's all in the serve and pass game for Virginia.
They started off the season well, winning 7 of their first 9 matches, but again have suffered through a number of injuries and still trying to figure out that starting lineup. Add to that 7 newcomers. 7 of their 16 players are brand new. And well into conference play, they are still trying to figure things out and find that right lineup. And even Dan Fisher, the Pitt head coach, told us that was a bit of a concern. He wasn't quite sure what they were going to throw out there. But Pitt has come out on fire. It's a Pitt team that, again, 2 matches ago, they were swept by Louisville, and we asked Coach Fisher, coming off that one, how do you feel about that one? How do you feel about how the team responded in practice and in the next match? And he said, listen, it was like the players forgot about it in the very next match, and even the next day at practice. Short memory, they responded by sweeping Notre Dame, and here they are starting off strong again.
In volleyball, it's all about that short memory. That doesn't just go for matches and sets, but for points. For Virginia, right side Chloe Wilson, I want to see that ball go to her again. I would like to see her fix that swing in real time because she could really be a standout for her team against Pitt tonight.
5 different players with a kill for Pitt so far as play resumes. And that'll end up being a point for the Panthers, now on a 12-run, 7-0 run.
Stafford at the back serving. She's playing next to fellow freshman Olivia Babcock. You don't often, if ever, see 2 freshmen playing 6 rotations, much less by each other. Usually coaches want to spread those 2 out. Not these 2. Coach Fisher's clearly very confident in their skill set, even at this early of an age.
It is a rare mix of so many great returning players, 9 from last year and 2 of the best freshmen in the conference right now, Stafford and Babcock.
In this season, the Under Armour All-America game, I got the chance to meet both Tori Stafford and Olivia Babcock. It's awesome to see them playing so much together this year.
Virginia with their 4th point of the night. Right now, Pitt hitting .571 with an ace and 6 digs. Virginia minus .062. And still looking for ace number 1, Haley Velasquez, the junior out of Delaware serving. Velasquez Gomez. Into the net it goes.
With Pitt having this kind of a lead, that gives them the longer leash to go for these really tough serves that you go for in practice. And Dan Fisher works with his team a lot on serving aggressively. When they're away, he'll have his team yell at each other from the service line during serve and pass. It's one of the most fun things to watch, pretending to be the other team's fans.
All business in the Hawaiian shirt there on beach night. Virginia responding with a point, trying to get back in this one. What did we think of the attire, Shelby?
Oh, I'm here for it. A little lay. We got the Hawaiian shirt. Got his classic hair going. Love it.
Coach Fisher with the Hawaii connection as well as his squad with another point. Former coach of the University of Hawaii men's squad from 2009 to 2011. Assistant Kamalani Akeo played for him from 05 on 2016 ACC Setter of the Year. And his team right now in absolute control in the first set against Virginia. There's Akeo, whose younger sister Alexis Akeo on the team as well.
And that swing from Virginia just now, that ball went out, but that was such a good miss. It's almost frustrating to watch because they're having great swings. These balls aren't flying out. They're going right by the line. Just tiny adjustments for the Cavaliers could completely change this match.
So we have a challenge, our first of the night. So Virginia challenging that. The initial ruling was no touch, but again, the challenge by Shannon Wells and the Cavaliers.
All right, let's see what we think. On this shot, it looks like the ball missed Olivia Babcock's fingers. Not sure about this view. Let's see this one right here. Does the ball touch number 5's hand? And often you can see after it doesn't look, oh, maybe the finger last second right there, Alex. That's a good challenge either way. This shot to me is more tough to tell. I think the one from behind Babcock is where you'd be able to decide.
We have a ruling, and the call has been overturned. So it was touch. Virginia getting a break. Trying to find a ray of hope right here in the first set. (16-6) now. Substitutions being made for the Cavaliers. Again, they use a number of players throughout the opening set. In their last match, again, you look up and down the lineup. They're still trying to see what works best. Down by 10. Saving that one was Borum. Free ball for Pitt. Flying in, the block was there by the Cavaliers, however. Again, third in the ACC in blocks, averaging nearly 2.5%.
Suffocating block from Lauren Bowie, and it's all in that timing. Olivia Babcock reaching so high, but that connection Abby Tatter had with her teammate, it was so good in the press and the shoulders, everything looking great.
Answers with the point, 17-7.
And Pitt's that team that makes those real-time adjustments. They take points personally. They do not want any opponent to go on a run, and Virginia has to be ready to get out rotations fast.
Shannon Wells told us, listen, we know that the odds are stacked against us. We are well aware of that, but that's on paper. That's why you play the game. In her words, her team trying to fight back and get a point there thanks to a Pitt miscue.
Dan Fisher not happy with that miscommunication from Rachel Fairbanks and her defense. That's something you don't see often from that setter.
Reagan Trueblood, the transfer from Illinois Springfield, serving.
You blink and you're gonna miss.
Right back with the point, yep.
Yeah, the kill from Tori Stafford. She jumps that high, and she reaches that high that the ball can drop in the middle of the court. That's on the snap of the wrist. Virginia, nowhere near ready. Gabacho had the chance to get the ball, but the platform just wasn't there.
11 matches with double-digit kills for the freshman Stafford. She's got 5 already, halfway there. But the Cavs answering Abby Tatter, the 3-year starter, the hardest hitter on the squad. A year ago, she was top 10 in the ACC in hitting percentage. Trying to put this team on her back tonight. Kills for Tatter, 5 for Stafford, the leaders for their respective teams. Virginia able to save it. Free ball for Pitt. And hammered home by the Panthers.
Great eye by Wokulo, able to see that Virginia was not closing that block. For Virginia, you got to make sure that all 4 hands are touching. Great hustle from the Cavaliers, but not enough at the front to stop Wokulo.
Wokulo, the honorable mention All-American in 2020. Stafford ran into the Cavaliers block.
Beautiful block from Chloe Wilson, making sure she read Tori Stafford's arm perfectly. And Stafford showed with her shoulders where she was going to go. She was trying to go for that cross shot, and Chloe Wilson just read that play perfectly.
Madison Morey serving. Virginia trying to go on a run.
Virginia has a huge hole to dig themselves out of right now, but that's okay. You need that momentum going into seconds. That momentum carries on. Just because you may not win this set doesn't mean you can't play hard in the next one, too.
Wokolo. One of those 9 veterans starring for the Panthers. Pitt hitting 400 right now in the night. Stafford with 5 kills. Wokolo right behind with 4, hitting 800. Vasquez Gomez with that big swing, but again, Virginia was ready.
Virginia
nice response here late in the set by the Cavaliers.
Virginia doing such good things on the right side block, mainly because they are timing the outside arm perfectly. They're reading their shoulders. They're making sure that they're facing the right way. And Chloe Wilson is doing a good job at pointing her hands back into the court, even against a hitter like Vasquez Gomez, who is incredibly strong.
4 blocks for the Cavaliers, none so far. The best blocking team in the nation. The dump attempt by Fairbanks was denied. But Wokolo unstoppable right now in the first set.
Pitt keep finding Wokolo. She was doing really good things on the slide, coming from the right, the middle. She's being utility at the front, and she's really doing a good job at reading the hands in front of her and avoiding them.
Tied for the team lead with 5 kills on 6 attacks. There's Emmy Klicka serving. And Pitt, their block finally responds. And now getting closer and closer to set point.
Nice block by Fairbanks. This is the biggest reason Dan Fisher wants to play a 5-1. So he has this setter at the front as a blocking threat as well.
(23-12) Panthers. Klicka, the junior from Novelty, Ohio. Right in the middle was Monks for Pitt. Hammered off the block. What a play by Milan Gomillion. Diving for that one with the pancake. Unreal. And Virginia, what a rally to get the point, thanks in large part to the junior Gomillion.
Virginia getting the point from the block, but it's all in Gomillion's dig. She is relentless, and she makes that ball go back to target. And the diving pancake, that's all in her read. She's reacting to Pitt's hitters, making sure that she gets off on her feet, back onto the court, and eventually Virginia getting the block. Perfect play for Virginia.
Huge addition from Maryland. Led the Terps in digs a year ago. Virginia with the point. Gomillion led the entire Big Ten in digs 2 seasons ago as a freshman. Now that's Pitt with the point and set point on the way for the Panthers. Virginia was trying to get back in this one. But again, set point for Pitt in the opening frame. Charging in from the back row to cap off the set is Tori Stafford.
Tori Stafford with the back row, while Virginia is siding out 46. That's going to be the biggest key for something to change the second set.
begins with a service error for the Panthers. Pitt, the grind of the ACC schedule. They've already played number 5 Louisville, number 13 Georgia Tech in the last 2 weeks, and in 2 days they play at NC State. An NC State team that's undefeated at home. Virginia grabs the 2-0 lead as Dan Fisher talks things over with his squad right now.
I like how involved Dan Fisher is with this team. Even during serve and pass, he'll get the ball and hit at them himself. He has a great relationship with his players. He's definitely a player's coach. Good coverage.
Tapped over by Olivia Babcock. This player who can jump out of the gym. In fact, her high school coach said she would jump too high at times, which is not something you hear too often. Dan Fisher, so much success in charge of the Panthers. And again, season hitting 300 and the opposing hitting percentage 138, the best of the Fisher era at Pitt. The Cavaliers starting off strong here in set number 2, Shelby.
Well, Cavaliers, 2 of their 3 points was missed serves by Pitt, but you take what you can get and you run with it. Virginia has to make sure they're holding on to those balls from behind the service line for as long as possible. It should be a goal to make the server serve at least 3 times.
And the point goes to Pitt.
And now for Virginia, it's more important than ever to get out of that rotation with Olivia Babcock serving, because her topspin is incredibly hard to defend.
Babcock serving, team leader in aces with 21 on the year. And Shannon Wells has to be pleased right now in this second set, at least, for her squad. Velasquez, the junior serving. And Virginia unable to save it. 1-point set.
Virginia not able to save it, but I like the hustle from Ashley Lee chasing that ball body on the ground. Virginia showing the fight, but Pittsburgh having just such a lethal front row.
Wokolo, a career .385 hitter for the Panthers. In the middle, that one hammered off of Stafford. And Virginia coming out strong here in set number 2.
Virginia really spreading the ball around right now, and it starts with that 3-option pass, allowing Tatter to go for those angles.
Tatter with 4 kills, but the service error by Virginia. Tatter, the only player on the Cavaliers right now with more than 1 kill. Got 4, hitting .667. Here is Wokolo serving for Pitt. And into the net it goes. And we are tied at 5, so it felt like Virginia had momentum. But Pitt evening things up here early in the second. Off the Wokolo serve. That one hammered by Vasquez Gomez.
Vasquez Gomez, such a killer at the left side, because she knows exactly how to avoid her opponent's back row while still avoiding the blocker's hands.
More than 740 kills in her career. The redshirt senior from Puerto Rico putting her team up by 1, 6-5, and looking for more. One scooped down, and Pitt now up by 2.
Good placement from Emma Monks. really avoiding the blocker's hands, but still placing it perfectly. Right of your screen, she does a good job at going over the block and pulling off the left side blocker to where it's just a one-on-one situation.
Amongst top 10 in the nation in hitting percentage and blocks per set. That one drops in there. Pitt on a 5-0 run. Yeah, me neither. Pitt going on that big run with Wokolo at the service line.
Great
the block one-handed. Nice job by Lee. In the middle again, there's Ashley Lee. And this time unable to corral it. Vasquez Gomez with the point.
Bold move from Vasquez Gomez to go down the line of Ashley Lee because Lee's defense is on fire, but Vasquez Gomez hits that hard. And Lee is right there, but look how her platform breaks last second. She was not doing that earlier. If it would have stayed put with two hands together, that would have been a great dig.
Vasquez Gomez with 3 kills starting to heat up here in the second set. And there is another one for the senior.
Chloe Wilson looking frustrated, not getting that block from Vasquez Gomez because Wilson did all the legwork. She had the footwork, she had the timing, but the hands weren't there. They moved last second, and that's how Vasquez Gomez got the kill off of her.
Virginia led earlier in the set 5-3. It's been all Pitt since then, making an 8-0 Panthers run. Dan Fisher has to be pleased with the response after Virginia started off the set hot. Right now on the night, Pitt hitting 405. We'll take a timeout. The Panthers up by 6 at Fitzgerald.
Greatness is a feeling, a moment, a choice, unrelenting. A team effort. Greatness is accomplishing on this field and this one. Greatness is more than winning the game. It's changing it. Greatness is what we do. Accomplish greatness.
Okay, again, this is a status bar, this is a search bar. Let's know the difference, okay?
Social media. It can be overwhelming for a young homeowner turning into their parents.
Now, what does it mean to slide into someone's DMs? That sounds like a lot of fun.
Okay, we're not ready for that.
As a team, we'll get there.
It might be a fruit emoji, but that doesn't mean they're talking about fruit.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
Okay, do you really think we need 47 photos of fun dinner at Pam's?
Yes.
No.
Tomorrow's women's soccer doubleheader on the ACC network. Boston College will be in Winston-Salem squaring off against Wake Forest at 6 Eastern. Then it's North Carolina playing host to Notre Dame at Dorrance Field. Should be a great night of soccer right here on the ACC network and the ESPN app. Meanwhile, back in Pittsburgh, the Panthers taking over in the second set on an 8-0 run on the night, hitting 405 with 3 aces. Only 1 block for the nation's top blocking team, but they haven't needed it up to this point, Shelby. Virginia comes out of the break with the point. Shannon Wells relying on Abby Tatter, who missed a couple of weeks earlier in the season. The leader of this club, Tatter, is leading the team in kills tonight. Taking in this one from the sidelines right now, but 12 matches with double-digit kills. She will have to have a big night if they want to get back in this one. Fought off once again by Vermillion, who's been tremendous defensively for the Cavs. There she is again, colliding with the teammate, but still making the play. And that one well out.
right now, Pitt is just going on runs in the second set. They've already had an 8-0 run. That first set had a 5-0, 7-0, and 5-1 run. So Virginia has to make sure to break up these rotations for Pitt.
Stafford and Rokolo with 6 kills apiece for the Panthers. And charging in for the point was Varicia Jan, the 6th-year senior.
Jan, the transfer, D2 All-American, 2 kills in a row. Right now, got to keep finding her for the Cavaliers. She's really efficient and effective, and she hits really hard.
Last year had the 10th best hitting percentage in Virginia history, but Pitt comes right back with the point. It's so interesting for such a loaded team that is coming off back-to-back trips to the national semifinals to really be counting on these 2 true freshmen, Stafford and Babcock, heavily. And Virginia unable to save it, 14-7.
Virginia's hustle was there. Even when the ball is shanked, you see the whole team following it, trying to get it. That's not their problem. The problem is that first touch. You have to make it effective and give your setter a chance.
Oh, down goes a Pitt player. That is the freshman, Tori Stafford. Has been such a huge part of this team. Look at number 4, Stafford, the freshman, on the left side of your screen, rolling that right ankle. What do you think?
Looks like Stafford came down really hard on the right, and that's the danger of volleyball is when you come down on one leg, which is how a lot of hitters hit, is off of coming down on one leg.
Stafford, one of the top outside hitter recruits in the nation, and still down as they continue to check on her. Dan Fisher out there as well. Help her to her feet. Training staff for the Panthers. Stafford gets a round of applause for the fans here at Fitzgerald Fieldhouse. She is helped off the floor.
In volleyball, there's a lot of respect for the net and the players when you're blocking one another. Even in practices, players will yell really loud ball help when a ball is anywhere near the jumping hitters.
Juliana Dalton, the junior out of Colorado, will replace Stafford as they check on the freshman. And there is Dalton, but again, Tori Stafford, the sensational freshman, going down with an injury, being helped off a moment ago. There's a service error, meanwhile, for Virginia, making a 15-8 score here in the second set after Pitt took the opening set 25-13. Off the flicker serve for the Panthers. Pitt setting it up off the block. And there's the Pitt block answering. Flicka. Fairbanks. Oh, what a save on the back row by Virginia, but Pitt ends up with the point.
Deceiving swing by Dalton. It looked like she was going to hit to the left back. That's where her body was facing, her shoulder. But look how she changes her hand at the last second. She drops that pinky, makes sure her thumb's facing up, and points it back into the line. I probably wouldn't have gotten that. That was a great shot.
I don't know about that, Shelby.
You're right. Why
Back in
did
your
you say
day,
that?
as a star with the Corpus Christi Islanders. You made some highlight reel plays as well.
Oh, yes.
As a timeout is called by Virginia. 16-8 right now. Shannon Wells trying to talk things over with her team. Can you talk about something while I'm filling?
Supporting their volleyball team. A lot of great Hawaiian support over there tonight, Alex.
And so far, their team up 1-0, 16-8 here in the second. Our Week 8 ACC Network football lineup starts Saturday at noon Eastern with Georgia Tech hosting Boston College. And then Pitt, coming off their big upset win over number 21 Louisville, is in Winston-Salem to take on Wake Forest. And we cap the day with Clemson and Miami at Hard Rock Stadium at 8. All three games also available on the ESPN app. Big weekend of football on the way as play resumes. Still waiting for an update on injured freshman Torrey Stafford for the Panthers as Virginia gets the point there coming out of the break.
You had to know that was a kill from Olivia Babcock. Oh, never mind. I thought it was because of how hard she hit. A huge approach coming in, going right down the line. Dan Fisher clearly not liking that and grabbing that green card real fast. Personally, when that play happened, I thought Babcock definitely hit the hands of Virginia at the front. And a lot of times the coaches won't even see. A lot of the times they listen to their players on the court, not sure if Babcock turned around to Coach Fisher and said, please challenge that one. I know someone touched that ball. Challenges take a lot of communication between players and the coach. Let's see, left of your screen, Babcock. Does she get it in or touch the Cavaliers' fingertips? Don't see a touch, but where does this ball fall? Okay, this play, this shot, it looks like it's right on the line. Maybe this one will be easier to tell from this view. Let's see. And again, there has to be overwhelming video evidence in order for the ref to overturn it. This ball looks like it's out right there. That ball looks out, in my opinion. Not sure what the ref is looking at.
And the call has been overturned. Babcock getting ready to serve. 6'5" freshman. Tied for the team lead with 6 kills. And Pitt now running away with his second set, up 18-9.
Babcock gaining so much confidence in her serve, which is a hard serve to do. That topspin thing is not easy because if someone passes it, it can be a good pass. You just let it come off your platform really easily.
Hammered home by Wokolo. The senior having a big night with 7 kills, a match high on 8 attacks, hitting .875.
All the momentum in Pitt's court right now. From the serve, the hitting, the passing, everything is looking so good for the Panthers. Starting with Babcock's serve. Look at where she reaches and touches that ball. Virginia has to be stopped in base, platform stopped and ready. to get any chance of touching that ball.
And now we have a challenge by Virginia as they think that one was out. A quick review. And the call will stand. Point for Pitt.
For Virginia, they got to get out of this rotation because Olivia's Babcock serve is an absolute hammer. Nasty topspin, goes for the seams, really hard to pass. You got to get out of this rotation to have a chance to stop Pitt from going on a run.
Babcock. (21-9) Panthers. .50 run. Pitt hitting better than 400 on the night. Again, came in hitting 300 on the season. Service error number 6 for the Panthers, but they also have 6 aces on the night.
Olivia Babcock is absolutely taking that error. She deserves an all-out swing. When you're on this big of a run and you have had this many aces, that's when you test and push the boundaries of your serve. See how much you can get away with it when it comes to that power swing. She looks pretty happy to me, Alex.
So far, so good. Her team up by 11 in this set and won the first 25-13. Getting closer to set point here in the second. The Panthers squad coming off a sweep of Notre Dame. Carrying over that momentum will be Juliana Dalton serving again. Dalton replaced the injured freshman Tori Stafford. No update yet on Stafford. (23-10).
We talk about momentum a lot in Virginia. It's going to be really hard to come even close to making a comeback in the second set. But just go on a run of your own, get some good passes, good kills, let that momentum take you into the third set.
In this set, the Panthers hitting .647. Virginia not done yet. Alexis Sakeo in there as well. Madison Morey serving for the catch. Great dig by Virginia. And set point on the way for the host Panthers. Serving for the set. Pitt block was there. And that one skimmed off of the KO, it looked like. And Virginia keeps the set alive. Velasquez with the point. Meredith Reed serving, the freshman out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Set point again for Pitt. And it drops in there for an ace. Cavaliers not going away quietly. Second of the night for Virginia. And Lily Gervais, freshman, coming into the match for the Cavaliers. Set point again for Pitt. Meredith Reed, after a brief delay. Tapped over, and the off-speed works as Pitt takes set number 2, 25-13.
That serve pass game's absolutely there.
Chameleon serving to begin set number 3. That one smashed home by Olivia Babcock. Pitt with the first point of the set.
And Babcock's going to keep getting the balls in this third set because she's putting them down. When she gets set, it's most likely going to be a kill because she's reaching that high.
7 kills now for the freshman. Chameleon diving for that one. And Virginia answers with the early point in the third.
Nice spot by Bowie, reading the hands of Pitt well, making sure she throws that ball deep and trying to get the touch of someone.
Ashley Lee serving. Tapped over by Babcock. Pitt block is there, and it drops in for the point.
A play like that is going to be the difference for Virginia. The Cavaliers are really good at hustling, but those little miscommunications are errors that you cannot afford to take whatsoever moving forward.
Virginia on the night hitting 091, Pitt 444. Monk serving for Pitt. Pushed over, there is Chameleon. She has been everywhere defensively for Virginia.
And Dalton going into the match late, still getting a little warmed up, trying to find her shots. She's really deceptive. Her hand doesn't follow where her shoulder faces. That's what makes her so good at deceiving.
Velasquez serving for the Cavs. And
Perfect
Virginia,
game plan. Perfect
just
game
like
plan.
the second set, taking the early lead.
I liked watching Cece Heck. She did a really good job at Texas A&M. Fun player, a lot of good shots. She brings a good energy on the floor.
There is Olivia Babcock yet again.
And now Babcock going to the back row with her lethal topspin serve. Even without this serve, she's such a good back row attacker. She has that D-ball play, and she's someone you got to get out of serve receive when you're playing against her.
Tied for the team lead with 8 kills. Virginia back up by 1. Nearly identical to the last set when they led 5-3 before Pitt went on an 8-0 run. Olivia Babcock discussing the play with her head coach. Kate Johnson getting ready to serve, the sophomore out of Gainesville, 14 aces on the year. And there is number 15 for Johnson.
Johnson with the right idea to approach the freshman who just missed her serve, try and get Olivia Babcock out of system.
Rocolo met by the Virginia block. Caps thought they had the point, and they do end up getting it. Pitt arguing that. A tricky play there.
Excuse me, that was not Babcock in earlier.
And the Cavaliers now doubling up Pitt 6-3 in the third. A must-win set for the Cavs. Joust at the top, and how about this start to the third by Virginia?
Virginia getting Pitt out of system, which is what head coach Shannon Wells said we have to do playing against this lethal Panthers team. Get them out of system from that first touch.
And a timeout called by Pitt. We'll take one as well. The visiting Virginia Cavaliers up by 4 in the third.
Greatness is a feeling, a moment, a choice, unrelenting, a team effort. Greatness is accomplishing on this field and this one. Greatness is more than winning the game. It's changing it. Greatness is what we do. Accomplish greatness.
Can't sleep.
Just a lot on my mind.
I can't sleep either.
It only gets tougher with age.
Mom, what?
Well, knowing Progressive can protect your home, auto, and business should help you relax.
Good, because I could use a good night's sleep.
Me too. You know how early a chimney sweep gets up every day?
Wait, is this all a dream?
Why would Jamie be in my dream?
I am America's biggest spokesperson.
Debatable.
I said biggest.
Well, he's got you there.
Dan Fisher's squad ranked number 7 in the nation, number 8 in the RPI as we take a look at the latest AVCA top 10 coaches poll. Shelby, what stands out to you there besides Pitt being at number 7?
This is kind of what I expected. I think all these teams deserve to be where they are. Someone who has really impressed me this season is Washington State. And Dan Fisher talked about how when you're at that level, it's honestly all the same. Everyone is that hard to beat.
You saw a Louisville team that just beat Pitt a few matches ago, up at number 5, 2 spots ahead of the Panthers.
Virginia
so out of the break, Pitt ends a 4-0 run. Go ahead, Shelby.
It's okay. Virginia had the right idea, trying to go deep because Pitt's back row, all three, left, middle, and right, was really pulled in. Virginia trying to take advantage of that.
Off the Dalton serve. Vasquez Gomez waited for it. Off the block that time. Pitt with another point, back within 2.
Vasquez Gomez is such a physical player. She has broad shoulders, a big reach. She knows where to place that ball, and I really like her line shot because if you move your platform at all, it's going to be shanked.
Nice kill in the middle by Varicia Yan.
And Yan showing that good connection that she has with her setter, something that Shannon Wells said is continuously being worked on in the practice gym. You want to keep being able to run that ball against Pitt.
Now a 2-time D2 All-American, West Florida. Flying in is Vasquez Gomez off Gamillion. She has been terrific tonight.
Amazing play by Gamillion, making sure that she is timing that ball from Vasquez Gomez perfectly. And look at her shoulders. She points them back to the middle of the court. You want the ball to be kept on your side, but again, when Pitt is that sucked in, if you can dig it over the defense and get a kill, good things are happening.
Shannon Wells called her a game changer, and there she is again. However, Pitt ends up with the point, but Gamillion, despite the score, has been terrific.
Pitt's going to have to start avoiding Gamillion because she is getting everything up, and she doesn't need to be anywhere near the ball drops. She is going to make sure she gets there and get that ball up. Pitt has to avoid the left back moving forward.
About 6 digs, but most of them of the highlight reel variety. And there is that Virginia block again. It's Yan, the 6'1" middle blocker out of Tallahassee.
Perfect read by Yan. I did not think that ball was being dumped from Pitt, but she committed to the setter, read the arms, and made sure she pressed and bit.
That one lands out of bounds. The Panthers within 3. See Tori Stafford, who left the match in the last set with an injury, that right ankle taped up right now. No official word on her.
I'm glad to see Stafford back out there. Hope she's all right.
Watching with her teammates is Pitt down 10-7 here in the third after taking the first 2 sets, each by 25-13, but back come the Cavaliers.
That That deep tip shot by Bowie is really working for her right now. Pitt is being a little early on that block, which means that they're coming down early. She has that time to go for the fingertips and let that ball roll over the block.
Vermillion serving. Back to a three-point set. Vasquez Gomez came into this one with 76 career aces. That one high off the Pitt defender, tapped over by Babcock. Virginia back the other way. Klicka was there. And Pitt ends up with the point courtesy of Juliana Dalton.
What a snap by Dalton. It's all in that fast arm swing, but then also her hand. How fast she snaps the ball left of your screen. Watch the arm swing, but then how quick she makes this play happen. You got to react really fast for Virginia. Make sure your base is stopped.
Dalton with a couple of kills since replacing the injured Stafford. The pancake by Klicka. The dump denied. That one is out. Pitt has pulled within one, 11-10.
Virginia with the error, but I keep saying it. I liked that shot. That was a deep, sharp cross shot, and I thought that ball was going in. If you can adjust your swing just a little bit and snap a little bit more, that will probably be a kill.
Pitt's hitting 353. Virginia right around 100. And there is the Pitt block. We are tied at 11 here in the third.
And Babcock timing this perfectly. It's all in the footwork and then the arm swing.
4-0 Pitt run again in the second set. Virginia went up early. Pitt took over after that. Now we're on a 4-0 run with Vasquez Gomez, the redshirt senior, serving. That one high off of Morey. Tapped over. In the middle. And the Monks with the opportunity. Reaching over for that one is Emmy Klicka. But Virginia gets the point, back up by one.
Dalton with the error because Virginia is forcing Dalton to go cross, taking away that sharp cut, but also that line. But what all-out defense for Pitt, doing such a good job at reading the ball. And again, Dalton with the error. Not able to pull that in.
So Dan Fisher look a little bit exasperated there. His team in control for the first two sets. But now trailing here by 2 in the third. Hammered by Monks in the middle. Virginia was there, but the Panthers with the point.
Virginia really stepping it up this third set. Punching one after the other. Pitt and Virginia going at it. It's in the defense, the offense. This is looking like a great competitive set so far.
Monks, the transfer out of Michigan State. Off the block, and Virginia again. They put a halt to that 4-0 Pitt run, and they have jumped back in front by 2. Now remember, they took a set from Pitt last year, the first time in program history they had done that. Shannon Wells mentioned that to us. And up 14-12 here in the third. Wokolo. Been quiet here in the third, but again leading the team in kills with a big one there.
An absolute machine approach from Wokolo, and her arm swing showing that connection she has with Fairbanks. Even off the net, she is still that lethal because of how hard she's hitting.
High serve by Babcock. Virginia back up by 2. Tatter a team-high 7 kills. Their leader offensively on the season. A couple of Cavaliers collide. Monk's off the block. Tries it again. Virginia ready, but it drops in for the point. 15-14.
CC Hecht had the correct read in trying to cover that ball that went over from Pitt, but she was not able to keep that ball on her side. You got to make sure the ball is on your side, especially when Vasquez Gomez and her team are right in front of you. Look at this ball. Doing a good job keeping it up, but again, putting it right back in Bayless's hands.
Bayless with a couple of kills. That one off the block, into the net it goes. Great effort by Logan Mosley. But Virginia in a back and forth third set jumps back up by 2.
Virginia has to continue building at their own run, trying to keep the ball for as long as possible. Serve the seams of Pitt.
The hitting percentage is nearly identical here in the set, but a big service error allows Pitt to pull back within 1. Each team with 7 service errors. Pitt with 6 aces. The Cavaliers with 4. Wokolo. Into the net it goes, and we are tied at 16. It has gone on a number of runs tonight with Wokolo serving. Let's see if they do that here. No, that one off of a KO. And the Cavaliers up 17-16.
Great hit by Jan, her 7th kill of the night, doing such a good job at going off of 1 foot and really avoiding Pitt's defense while still maintaining the aggressive arm swing.
That's serving. Service error number 8 on the night for Virginia. Allows this one to be tied up yet again in the third. On the night, Pitt hitting 342, Virginia 100. Haiti Tatua'a serving for the Panthers. And Pitt has finally rallied enough to jump in front by 1, 18-17.
Haiti picking on Sierra Hecht at the back row. Hecht had just made a service error, hitting error, and Haiti did the right thing at picking back on her. That's what you do in volleyball. A player makes an error, you're gonna try and serve right at them.
Tatua'a, the #1 recruit in the nation, coming out of Hawaii. Grew up a Pitt fan watching Kamalani Ikeo, who's now a member of Dan Fisher's staff. And she had been a Pitt fan for a long time following this team. And a number of Hawaiian connections on this squad. We talked about Dan Fisher coaching the University of Hawaii men's squad years ago. His assistant on the team, Kamalani Ikeo, her sister Lexis Ikeo, a super senior setter for this squad as well. Connection. Again, Ikeo, tremendous player in her own right with the Panthers. Program's first ACC setter of the year in 2016. Her younger sister, Lexis Ikeo, now a grad student. And the freshman, Tatua'a, again, the #1 recruit coming out of Hawaii. A Here we
So
go.
now Heights is gonna join me and we're gonna do some hula moves and show you guys how to dance hula. So we'll start again with the koholo. So we'll go to our right. Then the ua. Then the pua. Then the mocha. Then the kahakai. One more koholo to finish. And then
Well, Dan Fisher told us Lexus and Kamalani Ake were very accomplished hula dancers. Dancing, of course, the storytelling dance of the Hawaiian Islands. And showing that off during that timeout here, Shelby.
And their mother was Miss Maui, a great dancer herself. I could watch that all day. So relaxing and peaceful. Gotta see you do it next, Alex.
I don't know about that. Play resumes in Pittsburgh, meanwhile, with a tight third set continuing. Again, Pitt trailed for most of this set, just jumped in front, but Virginia has tied it at 18 coming out of that timeout. Gamillion serving. Off the top of the net. Skying for that one is Babcock. Tied for the team lead with 9 kills.
Babcock is just so lethal on the outside because she looks like she's going cross, and she is, but she gets that high to where even her cross balls drop right in the middle of the court. And sometimes there's just nothing you can do to defend if you're Virginia. Just take away certain shots from her at the block.
Having a big impact yet again. Oh, Gamillion there yet again. A number of strong defensive plays by both squads on this rally. And finally, Pitt gets the point.
Pitt with the point, but great up by Madison Mori and Gamillion for Virginia, showing how scrappy the Cavaliers can really be. But gotta finish the entire play. Pitt is just too lethal at the front row for Virginia to handle right now.
20 to 18. Gamillion with 7 digs.
Gabillion. That's how she's playing, Alex.
Pitt serving up by 2 in what could be a decisive third set. 21-18. Pitt trying to pull away and end it.
Bowie looked like she was going for the fingertips of Pitt because she wailed that ball out. But those soft tips were really working for her, and even working down the line. Don't fix it if it's not broke, especially when Pitt is this far ahead of you in the match.
And Shannon Wells talking things over. A timeout call at Fitzgerald. Right now on the night, the Panthers hitting .350. The Cavaliers, no matter the outcome, Shelby, have to at least feel good about this set.
Well, Virginia head coach Shannon Wells said that we're going to play each point as hard as we can because Pitt is going to get their big swings. You saw Olivia Babcock absolutely destroy Virginia in the middle of the court. That's going to happen. In volleyball, you can't get upset with yourself when you don't get every dig because sometimes the hitters are just hitting that hard. It's up to your blockers to take away certain shots. Then the defense reads around the front row.
7 ties already in this third set. Again, for Virginia, they're in the midst of a brutal stretch. Third time in 4 matches, they're facing a top 15 team. They did take Georgia Tech to 5 sets a week ago. They hung in there in that one. Again, a year ago, took a set from this Pittsburgh squad. So we'll see what happens here with the Panthers up 21-18. Again, Pitt, number 7 in the nation, 8th in the RPI. A couple of matches ago, they got swept by Louisville, but responded 2 days later by sweeping Notre Dame. Looking to improve to 8-1 in conference play. We asked Dan Fisher, what do you make of where you are in the schedule right now? He said, listen, it's the grind of the ACC. Number 5 Louisville, number 13 Georgia Tech. They got an NC State team that's undefeated at home this year in 2 days. They're in the thick of it. Vasquez Gomez serving. Play resumes. Babcock denied by that Virginia block.
Great block by Virginia. If you can stop Babcock, that means you are an elite blocker because she hits that hard and is that good of a read when it comes to her hitting. Suffocating block for the Cavaliers.
Who are within 2. It's setting it up. In the middle, Gamillion, as usual, ready. But the Panthers now go up 22-19.
A full roof by Pitt from Emma Monks and Olivia Babcock, making sure their inside hands are touching, their outside hands reaching over the net. And look at that length, that height that Pitt has on the pin in middle. You cannot get around that block. You got to get over it somehow because Pitt has all the height at the net right now.
Pitt, #1 in the nation in blocks per set. They have 3 tonight. Virginia, top 3 in the conference in blocks with 9. But the Cavaliers on the ropes right now. Pulling within 2.
Virginia is so close right now. You've done such a good job at responding to the lethal Panthers front row, and their defense is there too. Virginia cannot give up right now.
Velasquez serving for the Cavaliers. And the Panthers go back up by 3. Dalton with the kill. Babcock, the freshman, serving. And that one a bit too strong. Each team with 8 service errors.
Babcock's still learning in match situations what is going to work and what can't work. That's what's so hard about the topspin serve, is you are literally throwing it so high in the air, doing an approach off your own set in a way it's really hard to time that down perfectly.
Reaching for it was Bayless. In the middle, the Pitt block. Free ball for the Panthers.
Great dig.
A tremendous dig by Hecht. Diving in was Vasquez Gomez. And the point put away by Pitt. Set point, match point on the way.
Bayless with the hardest hit of the night, reaching so high and going with that all-out swing, making sure Virginia's back row is nowhere near touching that ball.
Kept alive, batted around by the Panthers. Scooped over, and Pitt takes it 3-0, capping off the third by taking it 25-21. And Shelby, the Panthers improved to 17-3 on the year.
Pitt